we're building little humans. So it's, getting them comfortable, having them go through the process where they start building that confidence.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Talk Elevation. I'm Mikayla and today I'm joined by David Stroope, a top-ranked private basketball trainer and founder of Stroope Hoop Academy. He's also the co-owner of Toolshed Training Facility and the creator of Organized Athlete app. We'll get into his journey, the mental side of shooting, and how players can handle pressure and improve their game. David, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get started. How did you get into basketball in the first place?
I grew up in a small town in southeastern New Mexico, basically on the West Texas border, nothing but cattle and oil field. So sports was a big part of our life down there, even though it's a super small town. My high school teammate played for Duke. Brian Urlacher, the football player, came out of there. So we produced a lot of athletes. So I played high school ball, and then 20 minutes down the road was New Mexico Junior College. It's a top-ranked JUCO, one of the hardest JUCO conferences in the country. I just started going as a student. I didn't even think like that my ability was going to be there for the JUCO level. But I took a basketball class, and the assistant coach asked me if I was interested in doing some student assistant work for the team. And I knew I wanted to teach, and I loved the sport, so I thought that'd be a good path. And that led to me starting to dress out, starting to practice, then doing the coach duties, but at the same time starting to play. And luckily I was on a really good team. We won a lot of championships, and we beat a lot of people, so I got a lot of playing time after the guys before me did their job.
Perfect. There you go.
So at that point, I knew like being a basketball coach was what I wanted to do. I was super focused on it, and I went out to University of New Orleans, started working for Coach Joey Steibing there during the summer. Basically just working their basketball camps, but realized after one summer, I don't really want to live in New Orleans. So the head coach before Tick Price had ended up at the University of Memphis, and he asked me to come join him up there.
Okay.
So I ended up in Memphis, and I was there for a year. And then, as a lot of us do in our early 20s, start questioning, our life path and what we're doing. And I took a random job at Yellowstone National Park.
Okay.
And before phones, we didn't have TVs. Just a lot of kids from different parts of the country, hanging out. And they had a job fair at the end of the summer, and it was all ski resorts. And I'd never been up a chairlift in my life. To make a long story short, I moved to Bryan Head, Utah. I started snowboarding, and I was a competitive snowboarder for the next 12 years.
Wow.
I completely left basketball behind. That was my new world. I coached a lot of kids. I was an instructor in Steamboat and Durango, several other spots. Ended up in Idaho and got married, had a son, and we moved back to Steamboat when he was about 2, and then ended up back in Denver where his mom's from.
Wow.
We ended up separating, but then basketball's in our blood. Like my dad played in Spain. I was actually born in Zaragoza when he was playing over there.
Oh, that's cool.
He was part of the Air Force, but got to travel all over Europe playing basketball. So it was in our blood, and my son, he stopped watching cartoons when he was probably like 5 or 6 and just started watching SportsCenter.
Perfect.
When he was 8 years old, I walked in, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm watching the 93 draft. This is what I want to watch. So he started to hoop and joined the team on the YMCA, and a parent was just volunteering to coach. Didn't really know what they were doing, and I couldn't, in good faith, I had to kind of hop in. And after one practice, it all came rushing back to me. I get chills just saying that right now. I guess I haven't said that out loud in a long time. They were third graders. But just watching them improve and watching them come together as a team and watching how much my son loved it, it started like rolling around in my head a little bit more. And then one of the kids on the team, he was actually autistic, and his parents said that he connected with me more than he did any other adults. And so they asked me if I'd do a private session with him. And so I was like, okay, I think I can. And that's when I found an app called CoachUp. CoachUp is like the largest platform for private trainers. It's for people to find them get booked. One of the main team leaders that joined in 2016 is Steph Curry. So super reputable, right? And so I started working with that kid, and then CoachUp, a couple more clients start popping in my inbox, and a couple more. And then it got to a point where I remarried and talked to my new wife, and she's like, you you got to do this. You got to just go for it. So I started doing it full time, and that was about 8 years ago.
Wow.
I've done, this week will be around 3,400 private sessions. I've worked with over 400 players, close to 40 different high schools, all over the Denver area. Those early years were driving to Castleview and be in someone's driveway, and then driving all the way up here and be at the Paul Deirdre Rec Center in Broomfield, and just anywhere I could get time with kids. The hardest part of the job was finding time, especially when winter hit, or you could book 4 in a row at a playground in Lone Tree, and then all of a sudden a thunderstorm comes in. It's not a good business model.
No, right.
So we started looking for property and like for a gym. And it took me about 4 years, but about a year and a half ago, I found a spot. We call it the Tool Shed off of Santa Fe and Hampton. It's one-stop shop for all my players, and a cool spot for the parents. Like, there's a lobby where they can work on their stuff. We have exercise equipment, building out a weight room upstairs. Some parents work out while their kids are there. The main thing for me is I could help more players. And in the process, the Tool Shed's just a rental company. Basically, it's a court rental. I when I started Stroope Hoop Academy in this whole process, I pay the Tool Shed like anyone else. So other trainers are able to come in and use the space.
Oh, that's cool.
It's half court. It's not for big team practices or anything like that, but small groups and individual work. It's perfect for. And then I'm helping CoachUp build their trainer base out here. So through the process, I onboard especially young trainers that are trying to be successful in the business. I help them in using the app and how to get more clients. And then I have a wait list now, so any overflow that I can't help, I can drop down to them. And it's been cool watching some of these guys build their businesses as well. And my son's right at the age where he's helping out quite a bit too, and he's getting pretty good at it. He's committed to play next year also going the JUCO route. He'll be playing in Michigan.
Nice.
But he even got another job coaching basketball at a rec center, and it's been cool kind of watching that whole process. So it was never my intention to end up where I'm at here now.
This is just where it took you.
So many random things in my life. I just barely scratched the surface, but it all led up to this.
Well, it sounds like you love what you do now, and it just led to where you're supposed to be. So That's awesome. Before we move on, let's talk about something every serious athlete needs to pay attention to: your digital footprint. Fan-Day Nation has just released a powerful new tool to help athletes make sure their social media profiles are fully optimized and recruit ready. Today, coaches aren't just evaluating game film, they're evaluating character, leadership, and maturity online. This resource gives you a step-by-step roadmap to clean up your profiles, highlight your strengths, and avoid common mistakes that can cost opportunities. If playing at the next level is your goal, don't leave your online presence to chance. Go check it out now at fandaynation.com. So let's go back to you working with all these different athletes. What separates players who improve quickly for players that like stay stuck where they're at in their skill set?
Being coachable.
Okay.
Number one. And sometimes it's easy for a coach to sit back and say that. But sometimes it's not necessarily their fault. My first objective when a new player comes through the door is to find out what I can do to break down their walls a little bit and get them comfortable with me. If I can build their trust, then I can build their game. So that's something that I really focus on. But the players that come in, they not only, because I might have one kid, especially in the younger ages, they might not be there because they want to be there. Maybe mom and dad want them to be there. And if it's 6 months in and I'm still getting him to bend his knees, probably not going to be super successful.
Not going to work out here.
But the players that come in are really open to it, and you start building that relationship with them. And it's all about relationships. I mean, how many of these kids are actually going to make the NBA? Maybe one. Take me along for the ride with them. That'd be great. But we're building little humans. So it's getting them comfortable, having them go through the process where they start building that confidence, and then it's like building blocks. I always tell all my players when they come in, like, we're building a house. We're going to start with a framework. We're going to start with a foundation, we'll add on those James Harden step backs and all that stuff when we're on the second floor.
Yeah.
But we're not there
We'll
yet.
get there, but not quite. Not quite. That's awesome. When it comes to shooting specifically, do you think it's more mental or physical, and how do players find that balance in between?
Oh, it's definitely a little bit of both.
Yeah, for sure.
Initially, it's all about the fundamentals, right? And then shooting the right way so many times that becomes your muscle memory. But usually around middle school age, the kids that are the best, the ones that you really see like a future, right? And this was my son, so I had a lot of practice at it. They expect perfection, right? So they might miss 3 shots, and they don't have that mental capacity yet to let them go and not carry them with them. It's like a missed shot's a brick.
Yeah.
Right. And if they keep putting them in their bag, by that fifth shot, they really start snowballing. So that's part of my job too, especially with some of these more elite shooters, to learn how to have amnesia, whether they make the shot or miss it. They're just focused on that next one, but it's definitely a bit of both.
Yeah, for sure. What is so important about just keeping that mental side of things kind of intact, especially at this young age starting out?
It's just exercising another muscle,
Yeah.
right? In today's day and age, players have less adversity, right? If we don't like this team, then we go to the next team. If we don't like this high school, we jump to the next one. I mean, you even kind of saw it in the last NBA draft. A couple of guys got drafted and looked like someone had kicked their dog.
Yeah.
Right? Because they didn't go to the team they wanted to go
Right,
to.
exactly.
They haven't had that adversity yet. So early on, kind of putting them in situations and helping them learn how to deal with it, I think it's a plus. Now, my son went through a lot of it, and I was on the parent side of it, and I get it.
Yeah.
It stinks when you think your son should be playing more, and then this other team's wanting him and he's not appreciated, but we purposely stayed through all the situations just for him to kind of cut his teeth and come out better from it. Because like I said, at the end of the day, the ball's going to stop bouncing sometime. And then how do we handle all the adversity, whether it be on the court or off?
Right, exactly. How did you prepare your son and the kids that go through your program for that next level?
A lot of positive reps.
Yeah.
A lot of positive reinforcement. I'm not the gym where they come and they're getting yelled at quite a bit, or unless they're with me every day, I can't keep them in shape. I can't do all those other things.
Right.
My job is just to kind of tweak their game and then just be a piece of that bigger puzzle. But it's a lot of positive reps, building a strong relationship, and then being able to help these parents when they have a very talented 6th grader and they don't know which club to go to, or I'm not affiliated to anyone. So whether it be a certain high school they're trying to decide on, or a certain club, I've done it here, 8 years now. I've sat back long enough to kind of observe and help them get in the best situation for themselves and for their family.
What advice do you give to parents that kind of are stressed out about that, as well as the athletes? But I feel like parents are trying to make the right decision for their children.
A lot of times it's pump the brakes.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to travel all over the country in 5th grade.
Right.
We didn't travel at all with my son till he was a freshman. And I actually know a real team that it was like 5th grade girls that went up to Seattle. There was 4 other teams in their pool, and they were all from Colorado.
Oh, wow.
So you don't need to leave the state. You gotta conquer your own backyard before you go to the next neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of times but I get it. Keeping up with the Joneses, little Billy down the street is playing for this club and you want your kid to play there. And then they might not be as good, but the greatest equalizer in basketball is puberty. Right. They all hit it at different times. They're all different ages. Right. Some grow early, some grow late. More development happens in 16 to 21 than early on from my experience.
Yeah, for sure. How do you help kids build the confidence that they might not get from other coaches or programs or anything?
Like I said, I get them to kind of trust in me, right? And then it's just piece by piece. Every kid's different. Yeah. So I don't have a game plan when they walk through the door. Yeah. It's what are their needs, what do they need to be better at, and then fueling what they're already good at, getting that confidence within, and then they'll be able to grow from there.
How has your coaching style evolved over all these years doing it
Man.
and getting those reps in?
I've gotten smarter. I wish I could go back in time and talk to my younger self when I was an athlete, right? And have a little bit more mental preparation. And I mean, we didn't have rec centers where I grew up. We didn't have private coaching or anything like that. But I constantly am a student of the game and trying to find guys that have been doing it a lot longer than me and taking bits and pieces from them, seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. And I've just gotten smarter through the process. And the more the more you do it, I'm exercising my own muscle, the more I'm getting better at it.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure.
We're proud to celebrate women who lead on and off the court. Nico Stones welcomes new brand ambassador Sophie Ziddell, a standout basketball player at the University of Colorado. Her exclusive edits is all about confidence, strength, and the style that moves with you. Support women in sports and shop Sophie's limited collection now at nicostones.com.
For sure. So you're also helping athletes be on the court with things like academics and structure. Why is that piece just as important as the sports side of things?
Well, at the end of the day, they're student athletes,
right?
And it's a lot to manage, especially if they want to play on the college level. It's a game changer. So just all those pieces together and keeping them organized is something that I've had to help my own son with. And then my wife, she's been in academic counseling and works for the Colorado Department of Education.
Awesome.
And we have a 2-year-old now, so seeing things through like her eyes too, and like we're organizing everything for her, right? And then it kind of clicked in with us of there's spots where a player has an app for their training. They have an app for all the different things they do. School, they might be in just a certain chains, but there wasn't one spot for everything. So we came up with an app, the two of us, called the Organized Athlete, which basically is just one-stop shop for everything. So a player can log in and know, I've got a game on Tuesday, but I have a chemistry test coming up Wednesday morning, and just to help them kind of plan everything out. It's still evolving. It's really new, so we're kind of adding on to it. But all the athletes we've had so far have been very, very happy with it, and they've given me a lot of input. But anything that can help them.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Anything that can help them, I'm all about.
Yeah. Talk a little bit more about the app. How long has it been out now?
I designed it, so and I'm not an app designer at all, right?
Yeah.
But now I know how to talk to AI.
So there you go. That's all you need
AI
now,
talking
right?
to AI, and we've been up and running for about 3 months.
Okay.
Now,
nice.
making tweaks here and there, and kind of figuring out different ways that we want to really launch it and kind of figuring it. Yeah, we're figuring it all out, but it's coming together, and it's just another value add too for the tool shed and for Stroope Hoop Academy. Yeah, just another way that I can help the parents to kind of keep everything organized together and focused, and it takes everyone.
That's awesome. Well, good for you guys for getting that going and figuring that out. So for players dealing with pressure, whether it's their games, recruiting, or expectations, what's your advice to them to handling it, or trying to at least? Just with
like everything that's on top of them that they're dealing with.
Yeah, just all that pressure.
Like one thing is I can kind of sense when players don't want to talk about something. Okay. So I tell them, I know they don't want to talk about something, and kind of pull it out of them. I having a safe space where it's not their coach or their like their main coach, right, or one of their parents, and just kind of helping them learn how to get it off their chest. And then that also it's setting them up to be more successful in speaking and talking with adults. Yeah. Right? They're kids. They're gonna need help. So kind of helping them navigate that bridge of how to be open with, whether it be their coach, their mom, or their dad. And then as more pressure comes on, because there's certain kids that it starts to come, they're good. Yeah. And everyone's, expecting a lot out of them. It's just helping them kind of go through that mental process. And this past week, one of my kids, really talented 8th grade shooter. Yeah. At the end of the session, I said, I want you to do one thing for me this week. And he's like, what, coach? He's expecting, drills or whatever. Right. I said, I need you to give yourself a break. You just got to give yourself a break. It's not going to always be perfect. You're going to miss shots. You're going to have ups and downs, but just give yourself a break. And it's things like that coming from an adult. I don't think they hear that very often.
Right.
So just kind of being that bridge.
Yeah. What was his like response to it? Did he was like, whoa, what do you mean?
He teared up.
Aw.
I know he was holding a lot in.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good for you for seeing that.
And then
That's really
I had my
powerful.
son stay back
Yeah.
and talk with him too. It's been nice having like a kid that is
Yeah.
going to play college that's been through it. Because even me, you know, sometimes I don't listen to that old ugly bald guy or whatever. He'll step in and help out when I need him to, and that's been good too.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And it just shows your guys' relationship and how you raised them. So that's
Yeah.
really powerful
Yeah,
for
definitely.
you guys to have
Thank
that
you.
dynamic. Yeah. If you could give one piece of advice to any young basketball player trying to level up, what would it be?
Get a plan,
Okay.
stick to it, and keep it close to the fundamentals as much
Yeah.
as you can. It doesn't change. As your body changes and you get older,
Yeah.
you're always going to need the fundamentals to you know roll back on. Like before I had the tool shed, there was a gym that I was renting a court out every morning. I'm there 8 a.m. and the court right next to me is Derek White. The summer before the Celtics won the championship, and it was great because when they're getting bored of doing this basic stuff, I would say, look over there. What's he working on? It never ends. But if they can get in a strong routine and get in the weight room as they get older and learn how to embrace the suck and stick through it, if they love it,
Yeah.
they'll do it, right? That's what really kind of weeds them out is you got to be built for it to take it really far. But for the ones that just want to, they want to make their JV team, things like that, just get in a strong routine and practice. Just practice as much as you can.
Absolutely. All right. One last question for you is, how do you want to be remembered?
Oh, that's a good question. At one time, I wanted to be a world champion snowboarder.
Okay.
That didn't happen. I just want to be remembered as someone that impacted the world, even a little bit. I'm strong in my faith, so I just want to be remembered as a good Christian man that did the right thing and helped a lot of people along the way.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Coach, so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Can you tell everyone where to find the tool shed, where to find you online? And
You can go to any of our Instagram pages. You can just look up the tool shed or look up Bug Stroope, B-U-G. It's not hard to find. And all of our stuff's there, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Well, if you want to get to the tool shed, you want to practice with David here, you know where to find him. Thank you guys so much. This was the Talk Elevation, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.